I thought this comment was going to talk about because I did see another comment saying they felt affirmed by my content by the fact that there's mold in my bathroom. Hello and welcome back, you beautiful nerds. I have no idea what we're doing today.
Today we're going to be responding to some of your comments.
This is a first for Devin Better, I must say. I can't believe I haven't made a video where we respond to comments. I do read the comments. Sometimes I don't respond because sometimes it's better to say nothing. But I do read all of your comments. So thank you so much for watching this little corner of the internet, and then also thank you for leaving a comment. I love them. We love them.
We do. We do. I love the comments. I chose a few comments that I would like you to respond to, and I'm sure the people at home would like you to respond to as well.
Okay, let's do it.
You ready?
I'm ready.
This first one has a few different parts to it, so we're gonna go
okay, wow.
part by part. It starts with, I have things to say.
Jesus.
Yeah, number one, fishnets aren't really fetish wear as they've been mainstream for over 30 years of fashion.
Okay. I think I said that, right?
Yeah.
Fishnets to me feel very musical theater. I think at one point they probably were very risque, like in the 1920s, maybe. It can be very BDSM, and it can also be very mainstream.
And I may have cut it out of the video or cut part of it out of the video, but you did explain that. There are a few comments.
Oh, so it's your fault?
It's my fault.
Oh, okay.
I'll take responsibility.
I did post something on my Instagram story recently. It was like a meme of like a guy falls in a fishnet for the first time. And the people are like, Gary looks really hot right now.
Gary looks kind of hot right now. No, he's definitely looking hot.
He's definitely looking really sexy. So I do love that idea, is how fishnets came to be.
So the second part of this is the harness and the pencil skirt were my favorite pieces you wore.
Thank you.
Number three is a little spicy. Are you ready?
I'm ready.
That is not a corset. Not even close to being a corset. That is a tube top. I'd make a suggestion in doing more research on what a corset actually is.
Oh! I mean, you're not wrong. There was boning in the tube top that I wore. I do think you bring up a great point that corsets are completely different, and that there's a history to corsets and corsetine that is very serious and very long. I bought that tube top corset, we'll just agree to disagree, it can be both, off of Amazon. And you're right, it didn't have like the cinching aspect, the binding. But let me tell you one thing, wearing a tight tube top with boning definitely feels like you're being corseted. Getting into it and cinching myself so I could fit into that little number did feel very similar to a corset. And I've worn both.
Now the fourth piece of this.
Oh, there's a fourth comment.
There's this last,
wow,
this
okay.
last one of this.
This person had a lot to say.
They did.
They came packing.
And a few other people made similar comments, and I saw that you responded to one of them.
Okay.
But just so that
yeah, we need to hear
we're all
them.
on the same page.
Yep.
You had me until you made wearing masks were being forced to do so.
Oh my gosh, people hated that comment.
Yeah, as one of the many in the US who have immunity issues and fight major illnesses, that statement felt like a smack in the face.
Oh my god, no!
So obviously not our intention, but regardless.
Let's talk about it. We apologize. I don't want to make anyone feel like I'm smacking them in the face.
Right.
Jeez. A lot of people pointed this out and they felt very upset that I likened the idea of control through masking. And first off, sorry. Secondly, I was reading a quote, and I may not have made that clear. I found this really great quote from Rush.com that I want to read to you. This person, this fashion journalist, brought up the rise of BDSM and fetishcore in mainstream fashion as a response to being told to wear masks, being told to go home, being told to XYZ. In general, I think the idea of the rise of fetishcore fashion coming as a response to having to change our lives and feeling so out of control at the same time is an interesting point. It's a thought experiment. It doesn't have to be the truth. But, you know, we're examining intent versus impact. And so that was the intent. I hope it kind of loosens the reins of the impact. That said, I will say sorry, and I'm very, 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 very sorry for anyone who watched that video and felt betrayed.
So this next comment reads, okay, I've just read the title, and my immediate thought is, how the hell have you not been giving a stern talking to for this shit yet? My hat goes off to you for taking these risks on the weekly. And this is in response to the fetish core at work.
Oh. Stern talking to you by who? My boss? That's laughable. In my first week of work, I hissed at him. You know what? I will say he does get me stern talking tos, but the power of dissociation, my guy.
This next comment brings up a really interesting point.
Okay.
So I'm curious if in your planning this video, you had any thoughts about the ethics of exposing other people to kink-adjacent content without their consent.
Well, for the people on the internet, you could not click on the video. I did actively put in the thumbnail me in a leather skirt and put it fetishcore so that people knew what we're dealing with. But for people in my office, I think the exercise for the video was to incorporate fetishcore pieces into a mainstream everyday look. I don't think it was necessarily to open up a conversation about consent and moving my office and the culture within my office towards BDSM lifestyle, because I'm personally not ready to have that conversation with my coworkers. And I really didn't want to call attention to it. I wanted to see if they would naturally notice. But that's an interesting point that I'm going to take in a lot more.
Moving on to VidCon.
VidCon! Wow.
Am I the only one who was like, VidCon is still a thing? Question mark?
It is still a thing. VidCon this year felt very different. I think too, one of the reasons why this one felt very different is it was sponsored by TikTok and not like YouTube. If you watch YouTubers, you are sitting down or putting them on in the background and you are engaging in their content for at least 3 minutes more. 3 minutes or more. It's a community that goes, I think, deeper than the TikTok community.
Patrick is adorable. Stress level started at 20, but then I climbed to 30. Well, that escalated quickly.
Patrick, I don't deserve Patrick. He's a good un. I believe in every relationship there's an acid and a base, like in a chemical reaction. And I'm the acid, obviously. Patrick's my base.
I feel like VidCon has always been by creators for creators to me, and it's becoming more and more that way. I can't even imagine paying to go as a fan. If I was invited to go as a creator or a business bitch side, I'd for sure go.
I agree. I 1000% agree. One of the best perks of my job, and I'm not even talking about being a YouTuber, but being a producer, director, is like when you get to go to events like this and you go, where are my credentials? And then you get to circumvent the line. Ooh, nothing tastes more sweet than having those, where are my credentials?
I feel so affirmed by Devin's content. I've been struggling more with my body image in the last few years because of my chronic pain. Health issues have become more debilitating during the shutdowns and long delays to needed therapies.
The human body is meant to gain and lose weight within a range, especially if our human experience, our human body experience is so connected to what's going on in our mind. And I think that there are just gonna be times in our lives where we gain weight because we're growing. And sometimes maybe we'll hang on to that weight, but that doesn't make you less of who you are. It doesn't alter your experience on others. And it's just more of you to love. And especially if it's helping you, if these drugs and medications are making you feel better in your body, if they're making you feel more grounded and making XYZ happen for you in your life, that's a reason to celebrate. Here's the thing. People who are like, oh my God, you gained weight, who might say something negative to you, like, oh my God, are you okay? Or, ooh, you look different, or, ooh, maybe you shouldn't eat that, blah, 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 blah. That's just a reflection of the bullshit they have going on inside for them.
I've heard of the posterior being called a lot of things, and I'm happy to add juicy dumpers to my list. Thank you, Devin.
You're welcome. You too can enjoy a juicy dumper.
And then the first thing I thought was, yikes, cleaning the tub is gonna suck.
Yeah, it did suck.
So there were a few comments that all kind of read in the same way, but this is the one that I'm gonna read. Just gonna say that as a queer woman, LOL, the green outfit did give me that vibe. Love to see it, super cute.
Yeah, the green outfit was a fan favorite, for sure.
Yeah.
For sure.
The concept of a person being a season is such a general thing. I'm pale and have dark eyes, and so many of my mom's friends would tell me I'm a winter. If anyone's a winter, it's Elsa. Let it go!
If anyone's a winter, it's Elsa.
And I also share this comment. I think I've shared this with you, like, personally.
Okay.
But Devin, I would love to follow your recommendation for ThredUp, but they have nothing for male clothing.
Oh, I hate that.
What do you got that could work for a penis-enabled fan of your content? I'm a winter and need jewel tones.
I love this person.
I may have wrote this.
That sucks that ThredUp doesn't cater to male clothing.
Well, and it's not even male clothing necessarily, but like, even just more basic, like, t-shirts.
It's such an awesome service. I hope they expand and I hope they like grow, because it is so easy to find what you need secondhand.
In relation to your color theory video, in one of your vlogs, there was a moment in which you were being vulnerable, and someone was manipulating you.
Who?
And so this comment reads,
Okay.
Patrick is canceled.
Patrick's been canceled. Did he just open and close the door?
No, he's
Talking shit. I got canceled.
And I was like, you've been canceled.
Oh.
You've been canceled, babe.
I mean, sure. Am I recanceled? Is there a reason I got recanceled?
Yeah, you were trying to have her bust open out of her red.
He doesn't even remember.
Wow.
Oh yeah, because you were
Typical
talking about the elbow trick, and I was like, yeah, that's.
You were talking about the elbow.
You brought up the outlet. Why did you bring it up?
I remember this very differently.
Yeah! But we love him. He's the best, and he's better than me. He's a better human than me, but he's canceled. He's been canceled.
Those are all the comments that I
All of them?
prepared for you.
Those are all of the comments.
Every comment that's ever been
That's
written on
ever.
the channel.
Wow. This was fun. This was fun. Thank you for commenting on my shit, you guys. I still can't believe that people watch me, and I really appreciate you taking time out of your day to leave comments, good and bad. Even the tough ones that were like, "You're doing it wrong," make me smile. They do. They make me smile because I know. Here's the thing. I know I'm a dumb bitch. It's time that you figured out that I'm a dumb bitch, and then once we're all on the same page, we'll have a good time. Thanks for watching.
Don't forget to like and subscribe.
I hope you have a great. If you don't like or subscribe, I'm going to eat his head.
Truly though, we are 10,000 away almost under from hitting.
We've been 10K subs away from having 200,000 subs for years. For years, it feels like, and I can't do anymore. I can't live on the edge like this anymore. Is the emotional manipulation working? I'll keep doing it. I just can't. We love you very much. See you next week.